how to learn Korean. How to learn Korean in the fastest way. Many people ask me these questions because millions of people saw my videos speaking different languages. And in this video, I'd like to give you my simple framework, step-by-step framework, how to start doing that from today. The very first step is that you need to start with textbooks, right? I said it in so many videos already. You need to start with textbooks because there is no better source of information. It could be some app, it could be some video course, but there is no video course, there is no app that I saw that can actually give you enough information so that you can reach a conversational fluent level in the language. So you should start with textbooks. The textbooks that I personally recommend are Yonsei University textbooks, and you should start with textbooks and workbooks if it's necessary, and you should also get a teacher for learning this language. And I've been personally coaching people from all around the world and helped a few people to reach a conversational level in not only Korean but also Chinese and Russian and German and Spanish and other languages that I don't even speak. But the same frameworks applies here. You actually need to get a teacher and you need to go through a series of textbooks. This is the foundation. After that foundation, this is level 1, you need to go to level 2. The level 2 is what I call weekly missions, or it is also known as social learning. So on my program, I call it weekly missions, but in videos on my YouTube channel, I call it social learning. So why is it weekly missions? It's because every single week you go out and you interact with different people in this target language, in Korean in this case, and you start with a few seconds with a simple self-introduction, and then you start expanding yourself and start speaking more and more and adding more sentences and answering some basic questions, and let's say you stay in the conversation for 1 minute without switching to English, and then it's 2 minutes, then it's 5 minutes, then it's 15 minutes. And this is how you progress. You start from zero, start from a few seconds, and then you move on to 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and so on and so forth. While actually going through textbooks, while working with a teacher a few times a week, and practicing social learning, you might notice that actually after a few weeks, you'll already see yourself progressing in this language. So this is my basic framework of learning Korean. Level 1, again, is teacher and textbooks, and level 2 is social learning. Where can you do social learning? Many people ask me this question, like, where can I just practice with people, right? It's very easy to do. There are 2 ways to do it. It's online and offline. The first one is offline, obviously, so you can go out, go to some certain restaurants, you can actually interact with people there, you can make some friends, you can come to Korea, you can come here and start talking to people here, you can start ordering in Korean. And the second way is online. Online, you can go to apps like HelloTalk, you can go to HelloTalk Live and voice chats, you can practice people on voice chats, you can also just chat with people on HelloTalk, and I'm not promoting any of those apps, by the way, and italki as well. You can just book a teacher for a very cheap price there just to practice with you. While working with my clients on the Korean program, I saw some patterns. While working with textbooks, I saw some patterns and I noticed some things that I started tweaking by myself. And I started kind of adapting those textbooks to a certain level, or started like changing the dialogues to make them seem more natural for beginner level. And I started like giving some additional explanations, and I realized, why don't I just create my own course? And so this is where it's all started. Like after a few years of coaching people from all around the world and coaching different languages, I decided to create my own real-life Korean course. And it's called Real-Life Korean is because there is one disadvantage in using textbooks that I noticed, although, like I say, it's like the main source of information. So when you start learning any language, be it Korean or even any other language, from the very first textbook, you might notice that the dialogues there are very robotic. They're not realistic at all. Like you can't see them in real life. It goes for Chinese and for Korean languages that I noticed personally, and I started explaining how those same dialogues would look like in real life to my clients. And while doing so, I was like, why am I doing the same thing? Why don't I just create my own materials and create my own course? And for us, textbook series still stay the same main source of information, but still I decided to actually create some additional materials, additional explanations so that people can start learning Korean not from a beginner stage, like beginner, upper beginner, intermediate to advanced, but they can start learning frequently used grammar points and frequently used phrases from day one. Because guess what, like you finished one textbook, you finished your first beginner textbook in Korean, you go out and you cannot say anything, right? You don't know how to order things, you don't know how to introduce yourself, you don't know how to ask questions. And this is a very common situation for even for people who finished, let's say, 3 textbooks. But this is what I decided to do. I decided to create my own materials and create my own frameworks so that you can start speaking Korean from actually learning the most important things in Korean from day one, and even speaking Korean from day one. Korean people, when they talk to you, they don't know what is beginner vocabulary. They don't know that you're a beginner in the language. Even if they know that you're a beginner in the language, they don't know what is a beginner. They don't know what is a beginner grammar. They don't know what is a beginner vocabulary, right? So they'll just be using the natural way of speaking that you won't be able to understand after finishing even first 2 textbooks for learning Korean. And so this is where my course comes in. This is where my course comes in that I'm actually working right now. If you want to join the test group, you can click the link down below. There is a discount right now during this video, like when this video is published, so you can join it. But I naturally decided to basically structure my course in the following way. So there are 2 parts. The first part is how to learn, what textbooks to use, how to find the teacher, where to find the teacher, where to practice the language. Just like this video here. If you like this video, you can check out the link down below. But the second part is actual video lessons where I personally explain the grammar, because I also found out that those textbooks, they don't explain the grammar in the most relatable way. They try to explain the grammar like one linguist professor would explain this grammar to another linguist professor, right? So it's like, it's very scientific way. People don't understand the explanation, and I have to explain everything to them. I have to like make dialogues more natural. I have to like give a certain other angle to things so that people can relate to it better, can understand it more. So this is why I decided to basically replicate my coaching program in a digital format. So if you couldn't join my coaching program because there are no spots or because you didn't have time or financials for it, you can actually check out this course, which is extremely affordable, and it has a framework that you can use not only to become conversational, but also to become fluent in the language, so in the long term. To learn Korean, the most important thing that you need to understand is, of course, you need textbooks, of course, you need a teacher, of course, you need to go out and socialize with people, but also you need to move within the proper framework of learning, because again, it's a little bit more complicated than just textbooks. If you want to join my test group, click the link down below, and tens of people already joined it on the pre-launch phase, and I'm very happy about it, and I like seeing people progressing through the course. And leave the comments and join the community. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, until next time.